The following is a presentation of Zagnif Productions, LLC.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey gang, what's going on? What is going on? It is Monday night, October 23rd, 2023. And you all are here in another episode of This Week in UGA Football. Who am I? Well, I am coming to you live from the 405 where the wind comes whipping down the plane all the way in the hearts. Not in my heart. In the heart of Oklahoma City. It is Mr. Fingaz coming to you from Zagnif Central, and that guy right there, that fella over there in the camouflage, you can't see him and John Cena. That's a picture of him and John Cena together. That is the brother from another, the sexy brother Hubbard, the ace of base in the place in your face. I am very happy to be here. I do not have the trash because I took it out already. That is Collin P from the DMV on the INTERNET with me, talking UGA football for all of y'all to see. How you doing, my man?
Oh, dude, I'm doing good, man. Doing good. How about yourself, dude?
Man, I was pretty tired, but you know how I get when I come in here, man. And I when the lights turn on and the music breaks, ever felt. Are you listening? I be doing
pretty good. Holy
I do the whole thing. Look, I can do that whole thing. Just do a beatbox version of that. It just be me. Like when the videos are like 19 of me doing all it. No, I'm not putting in all that work. But you know how I get when I get behind this microphone.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here. Talking about something that you and I both love. That's UGA football.
That's right, man. And I'll tell you what, no matter how bad my week is or whatever, it's always a pleasure to come on here with you on Monday. Once we get to talking and chopping it up, man, it's it's a good thing, man. Because talking about my weekend, I had a B-man with me, and we had the pleasure of putting together a Bulbasaur, I guess is what it is, Pokemon. That my mom got here on a Lego set. It's not like your official Lego set, but it is a building brick set. I think it had 878 pieces.
Good.
The head and the body, and we still probably got 3 or 4 bags left to open. So it was quite an interesting weekend, to say the very least. But watching football, our Falcons won. Pulled it out.
Yes,
yesterday.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That one definitely deserves an air horn.
Not very often I can put this thing on, but hey,
Who you kidding? You wear it all the time. You wear it probably more than you want to admit, but it is what it is.
Very true.
No, how about that? And this is not an NFL show, but how about the fact that the Falcons are leading the division right now?
Hey,
what does it tell? I mean, I'm happy for it, but what does it tell you about the state of the division? It's just like who's in the front this week? Just pick one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm glad we beat Tampa Bay. I was like, I was surprised we won. I was like, we won. Who we beat? Tampa Bay. I was like, oh my god, really? But yeah, I mean, I think somebody said, I think it might have been me, that we're gonna win the NFC South this year. So I'm still in the running. I may be wrong, but looking good so far.
Hey, I will take it. I will take it 100% of the time, and twice on Sunday and 3 times on Saturday with a Falcons win. You can't go wrong with that. Me on my end, I got to watch. I wasn't quite sure what to do with myself because the dogs weren't playing, and I remembered, there is plenty of other football to watch. You know what? Before we even get into going around the horn with the SEC, come on, man. What's going on with USC? Or did we see this coming anyway because it's Lincoln Riley and his lack of defense? Let's be real.
I mean, we've talked about it ad nauseum. We're talking about his lack of defense, but yeah, that was a big one for me to watch. I was like, man. Well, Utah's got their number, man. It's the third time, right? It's the third time that they
fourth. It's the fourth time, yeah.
But for Caleb, it's the third, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
I believe so.
He didn't paint his fingernails this time. I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's
and that says something. What about your offense? All of a sudden, your offense can't block for 2 straight weeks. Caleb is running for his life.
Very true.
He's sitting on the sideline.
Yeah, but he made some incredible plays. I mean, running for his life. I mean, he made a lot out of nothing a bunch of times.
That he did, but we know. I think I know how this story is going to end. USC is pretty much now eliminated from playoff contention. They got 2 losses.
And did you see Bear, the guy, the defensive guy from Georgia? Remember he actually transferred.
Bear out there getting unsportsmanlike conduct flags thrown on him every third play.
Yep, exactly. But I mean, that last one, I mean, that was flagrant. I mean, face mask. I mean,
and then standing there like, what I do? What I do? Hey, come on, man.
Yeah,
come on, man. You know good and hell well. You ran up on that man, grabbed his jersey, smacked him in the face mask, and then walked off with his lunch money like it wasn't nothing. Now you got caught. Got to go to the principal's office. Talking about, I ain't even do nothing.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Wasn't me. I thought you do it. Wasn't me.
All right, Shaggy. You can save that one for the principal's office. Anyway, yes. So of course, and it happens every year in the Pac-12. It's happened every year as recently in the Pac-12. The Pac-12 basically has a couple of teams that emerge as front runners, and then somewhere between week 4 and week 7, that's when it's maybe a loss here or a loss there for some of the teams. And then by the time conference championship roll around, they basically cannibalize themselves. Like case in point, last year, Utah was a 2-loss, was the 2-loss second best team in the conference, but they beat USC in the conference championship, which eliminated USC. But because they were a 2-loss conference champion, they didn't go to the playoffs either. So
right.
Two good teams eliminated from playoff contention, and that's just nature of the beast right now, folks. Trust me. Trust me.
The Utes are quickly becoming one of my favorite teams, man. They've been beating the tar out of people, man. They've been coming through. Past couple of years, they've been showing their behinds. But
and how about this? Without Cam Rising behind center.
Yeah,
he decided to go ahead and take a medical red shirt for the remainder of the season. Wow. So Utah does it yet again. They still have USC's number.
Did you say Utes?
Yeah, 2 Utes.
What is a Ute?
And there you have it.
What a Ute is by now.
If you don't know what a Ute is by now, well, I bet you the folks at USC know what a Ute is. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump right on into around the SEC. I know I put in the ticker that UGA was on the bye week. I guess I didn't hit the save. Oh, I didn't. Hold on a second. See, that's what I get when I don't eat before the show. All right, let's go ahead and update that. There we go. Because we beat Vanderbilt last week. That was last week's game. All right, let's get into it and go around the SEC. Of course, we're going to go ahead and start with we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it, man. South Carolina, Missouri. South Carolina travels down to Missouri and gets it handed to him. Although Spencer Rattler still doing Spencer Rattler things, throws for 217 and an interception and loss, still doesn't manage to get anybody in the end zone. And Missouri is clicking on all cylinders. Missouri is looking very, very formidable, even with that loss. Missouri is looking like a really, really. This is not the same Missouri that Georgia played last year. I can tell you that much. They have tightened up. They have tightened up some things, revamped the engine, and put a little and stuck some Nas in it. They're doing big things. Cody Schrader, 159 yards on 26 rushes, and Luther Burden, just a smidge shy of another 100-yard reception game. 4 receptions, 90 yards, and a TD, just to top it all off. Didn't bother looking up to see who either of them are playing next. But that's how that goes. So Missouri notches another win. They've still only got the one conference loss, and they don't have any losses in the East. Not that matters, because if they lose another one in the East, then it's still a conference loss. But they are they're right there, bro. They're right there on the back. I can feel them breathing on the back of the neck.
So can I. That'd be one I'm worried about for sure.
Yeah. Ole Miss travels down to Jordan Hare and handles business, but I think they basically just played keep away with them because final score 28-21. You know, it's not Jordan Hare is not an easy place to win though.
Right. Yeah. Did you watch this game at all? Did you have a chance? I mean,
I didn't
enjoyed this game.
I didn't.
Last quarter or so, it was smash mouth. They were going back and forth. So it was. I was surprised that Auburn actually was as close as we were, but you know, I was glad Ole Miss kind of. I mean, I'm kind of a closet like you know, Lane Kiffin fan. I like the way he talks to jump. So,
Lane is a nut.
They can win. Yeah, as long as they win, you know, to beat other people, not us. I'm all right with
that. Well said, sir. Well said. Vandy Chris, thank you for stopping by, sir. Appreciate you for tuning in week in, week out. He does make a very valid point, though. Luther Burden is to Missouri right now what Brock Bowers has been to UGA over multiple years. And Schrader, Jesus, that dude's ridiculous. That dude is Pause. Let me back that up. That guy is absolutely ludicrous.
He is ludicrous.
Oh man, let's see. So
just to bounce on the side of that, I said redonkulous in front of my mom, and she's like, "She's what? What is redonkulous?" I was like, "You've never heard redonkulous?"
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Instead of ridiculous, you put a donk in it, like a donkey.
Yeah.
That's how that works, Mom. Didn't you know? Don't you know?
Give it the slang. Anyway.
Right. So let's see what else we got going on there. LSU and a foregone conclusion. We did talk about the triple option, but we knew that the Cadets of West Point, the Golden Knights, were outmatched 62-0 in the swamp. We saw that. We saw that one coming, but you know what? I'll go ahead and hit that one time for Brian Kelly and the Tigers. You know, ever since my family, he's definitely been like, "Hey, look, we're here. We're here." It's not like Dion said we coming. He's like, we're here already. So then, of course, we got to talk about Saturday. There was a game that was going to be played, and there was a fan base that was like, yeah, we've been waiting for this one since last year. Yeah, we can't wait to see you again. You ready to get this butt whooping again? And they made a mistake.
Yeah.
They went in the guy's house that they was picking on. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
it's almost like Home Alone. When Kevin was out in the street, the sticky finger bandits were able to pick him up and just pick him up and run off with him. But once they got Kevin in that house, it was a whole different ball game. And that's exactly what happened. Tennessee was the sticky finger bandits, and they went up into Alabama's house, and Alabama played cat and mouse with them for 2 whole quarters. Let them score 20 points. They were dead. They were doing TikTok dances on the sideline and kissing women in the stands and setting things on fire and doing backflips off the goalposts and the whole nine. And all the while, Nick Saban is just, he could look, Miss Terry was in his ear in the earphone. He said, "Can I get him, baby? Please let me get him." "No, not yet, baby. Remember your oatmeal cream pies." "Okay, baby, I'll wait. Then they went to halftime. And he said, "Can I please get him?" And she said, "Baby, get him." And they came, bruh, how in the world do you go into the hat? Wait a minute. Let me. I'm gonna rewind myself for a minute. You know, I'm gonna rewind myself because I seem to recall another team that was beating the team really, really badly at halftime.
Yeah, slow it down a little bit.
It ain't our turn, but you know what? It ain't our turn today. That was 5-6 years ago. It ain't our turn today. How the hell did you go into the locker room up 20-7, and then you get blanked in the second half? They came out there. Alabama came out there, scored 27 points. They didn't let y'all score a single point.
Yeah, remind me of that Geico commercial. Had that dollar bill. Like, oh, gotta be quicker than that. So you think you're gonna win? That's insane.
Look, man, they asked for a man. They beat him so bad. They asked for a man on the street report, and they got this guy to give a commentary. This is what he had to say.
Goodness gracious. Why you ain't tell me it was a softball game today?
Yeah, shouts out to Jermaine Funny Main Johnson, big time content creator and Crimson Tide fan. We love to use some of his content here on the show. Definitely check him out. Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, all of that. Guys, his after game commentary is hilarious. Then wait a minute, what'd you say again? Funny?
Goodness gracious. Why you ain't tell me it was a softball game today?
Yeah, well, that's exactly what happened. They came out with bats and pipes and everything else and broke off something in Tennessee's hindquarters and then kicked them out. Kicked them all the way out. You know, I mean, what are your thoughts on this game, man? What you got?
I don't know, man, because I was like you. I was like 20-7. I was like, all right, well, you know what I always say though, but I was surprised they came back and actually blanked them the second half. You know what I mean? Didn't let them score like at all. So yeah, I mean Milton. I mean, he had 271 yards and 2 touchdowns, and then McClellan just ran all over me. He had 27 carries for 115 and 115-yard touchdown, and then you know, their defense couldn't stop him. I mean, like Tennessee's defense could not stop him at all. Wasn't there a lot of turnovers? I mean, I think Tennessee turned over the ball quite a few times.
Oh yeah, man, Apple turnovers, Peach Cobbler turnovers. You asked for it, they had it. By the way, Jeezy, check in. We welfare check. Randy Jowers, check in. We just making sure you all right, bro. Shout out to our guys, one of the biggest Tennessee fans we know, but he's also one of the hardest critics. He probably had a lot to say. Was hope that his television survived the game. I mean, I didn't even bother writing down the stats because the score speaks for itself. 27 unanswered points in the second half. How do you let someone do that? As a Falcons fan who watched his team, yeah, I'm calling you out, Dirty Birds. Y'all all right today because you won yesterday. How do you I got to make sure I say that. How do you let a team that you are beating, you had your foot on their neck and you danced just a little bit too long and let the bully mess around and get his second win, and he came back and kicked the ever-loving crap out of you, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But
I mean, we already have a logical explanation for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm not surprised because it is Alabama, but I'm surprised that the Tennessee, and this does not apply to all fans, so I'm just making sure I put that out there. But the Tennessee, this is our year. We coming back stronger than last year. We will come out and do stuff that y'all ain't even thought of yet. Josh Heupel is a real good coach. He gonna take us all the way to the promised land. And then what happened? What happened? I'm just saying, if you was expecting to come out on top when you went into the locker room up by 20-7, that was not your day, boo boo.
Yeah, I mean, it was reminiscent of what we used to do. I mean, they played a good first half of football. Second half, don't know what happened. But I mean, yeah, I've got nothing. I don't understand how they did that. I mean, to score nothing in the second half. But yeah, and plus, actually, we can agree. Like, this is an Alabama's team of last year, right? I mean, this team is. What would you think? Better or worse? It was probably worse, right?
Which team? The Tennessee team?
No, the Alabama team. This is not the Alabama of last year. Like the Alabama team.
Well, I said in my pregame commentary that, and I've been saying, we've both been saying for a couple weeks, where's the defense? Like, one of the things that Alabama, we talked about it when we were on the show with Sean on Saturday morning. One of the things that Alabama has to bring to the table is defense, and they definitely brought defense. They brought defense. They brought offense. Seriously, Tennessee. The performance that Tennessee put on Saturday made Alabama look like a very, very good team. And I'm not saying that Alabama's not a good team. It's just this is not the caliber Alabama team that we have seen in the, let's roll the clock back about maybe 3 years or so and then going back all the way back to when Nick took the team over. This is not one of those caliber teams. They're still winning games, but they're not looking impressive doing it. That sounds a lot like a team that I know about. That sounds like a lot like another team that I know about. But I mean, I'm not surprised. Collin's not surprised. The rest of y'all are surprised. You can be surprised all you want to, but we're not surprised. You know why we're not surprised? Come here. Hey, come real close. Put your ear to the speaker. Wait, find the speaker. Hold on. You find it yet? You find it? I want you to listen real close. This is why we're not surprised.
Bama does what Bama do. That's right. That's right. They always find a way. They outlast whoever they're playing most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time they outlast their opponent. So
yeah, outlast them. And that very Tennessee. To those of you Tennessee fans that were laughing at us when we lost in the national championship some 5 years ago. Wow, it's only been 5. Bro, it's only been 5 years.
Yeah.
About to be 6. When we lost in that national championship 5 years ago, those Tennessee fans that laughed at Georgia, you guys lost. How does that feel?
They won't be carrying no goalpost to well, they couldn't do it to Tuscaloosa. They might have a problem with it.
Bruh, they wouldn't have even gotten out of state. The first one of them jumped up on the goalpost, somebody would have set a coon dog on them.
Oh yeah. Yep.
They would have got about 8-9 coon dogs sicked on them, and a backside full of buckshot.
Come on, Blue. Come on, Blue. Yeah. That was definitely a surprise. But hey, I mean that I would like to be a fly on the wall in the locker room at halftime because you could see.
Oh, Miss Terry. I think Miss Terry wasn't Miss Terry at that game.
I'm not sure. She wasn't at the one the game before last, right? But she was
right.
Yeah. So yeah, she
right.
Because I mean it is in Tuscaloosa, so yeah. Chances are she was there.
Yeah. Now I at any rate, long and short, Tennessee goes to Tuscaloosa, gets their butt kicked. End of story. We're gonna move on to the next one here. This one was my favorite. This one was my favorite, bro. So there's a team that they like to do the thing with the cowbell, and they went down to Fayetteville to play this team in Arkansas, and it was a god awful, horrendous game. I'm gonna read you. I'm gonna read you a stat. I want you to tell me which team got these stats.
Okay.
27 to 43 for 182 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. 223 yards rushing, with the leading rusher having 60 yards. What team you think got that stat?
That's gonna be Mistake.
Neither one of them. That's the total. That's the total yardage for the whole game.
Seriously?
Between the two teams, 182 yards passing, 223 yards rushing, 405 total yards between. How the hell y'all supposed to be the top one? But look, man, it's kids from all over the country. I'm gonna calm down. No, I'm not. There's kids from all over the country that would love to come and play for a Division I program like Arkansas or Mississippi State, but they don't get those opportunities. They wind up having to do stuff like go to Jones College and play ball for a year before they can even get looked at, or go play in a community college somewhere. You mean to tell me your best and your brightest could only score 10 points between the two of them? The final score was 7-3.
Yeah, they're definitely baseball. What? Hold on, I'm looking at. Oh my God, look at KJ Jefferson's quarterback rating, 15.8.
I don't even, man. You know what? I think Funny Man has something to say about.
Goodness gracious. Why you ain't tell me it was a softball game today?
Oh, Lord, I just realized I played the wrong clip for the wrong game. I've been playing that clip for the previous game. That was supposed to be for this one. Anyway, it's horrible, man. Do you know who had more? You wait a minute. Watch this. There was more yards punting per team than there was generated on offense. Mississippi State had 295 yards punting. Arkansas had 287 yards punting. Max Fletcher had more yardage than all from Arkansas had more yardage than all the damn Arkansas. That is a damn shame. There was 6 or 7 collectively on third down conversions. 14 punts altogether.
So you're saying the punt 200 yards?
Yeah. 200. I mean, well, think about it though. If you get 3 or 4 punts and you punting from deep in your own territory, you gonna get that anyway. But it's just the fact that there was more yards generated by the punter than there was by the rest of the whole offense.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like good. I mean, yeah, of course you're gonna get a good punt here and there, but the fact that they had over 200 yards punting yards, that's crazy. And more than
200. Matter of fact, there was 582 yards of total punting in this game. There was 177 more yards generated by punting than was total yards of offense in the whole doggone game. Y'all should be shaming yourself.
Man, is that Mike Wright from Vandy? Did he transfer to Mid-State?
I'm not 100% sure on that.
How about Vandy Chris? Help me out. Is that the Mike Wright from Vandy that did he transfer to Mid-State? I believe he did, because I think Mike Wright was there last year.
Oh, you know what? Damn. You know what? Thank you for bringing that up. Let's see. We got some breaking news here, courtesy of Vandy Chris. I know Vandy was on a bye week this week, but now there we go. Some breaking news. Also, breaking news from Vandy. There was another piece of news that he had as well. Another piece of brand. Yeah, there we go. That he'd missed a couple of games, and Clark Lee said they were going to roll with Seals going forward. I think Swan. I think out of two, obviously Swan they feel is the better quarterback because he was the starter, but you're missing games with injury. After a while, they're gonna make you sit down. I mean, you got to literally be Superman and have Kryptonian powers of recuperation in order to overcome not being benched. You know.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Nate. Good evening, sir. Nathan Snell there, also another good friend of ours. He's on all the time. Every time. Nathan, are you out here looking to be provoked tonight? Or are you feeling pretty good about that win, man? I just want to know. Let me know in the comments there. So that's pretty much around the SEC, man, because there were 5 teams on bye, so we didn't have a full slate of SEC games. Ohio State, Penn State actually was very good game defensively. If you're watching it and you didn't know a thing about football, you think these guys suck. No, they both defenses were playing rock solid defense, and Ohio State just basically wore them out. They kept cracking at the wall until they found a crack in the ooh. You're going to talk about it. I mean, we're not going to talk about that. We'll leave that where that is. Thank you for the news flash. I will have to look and do some more research into that, see what's going on with that. Yeah. So Ohio State, Penn State was a great game defensively, of course. Florida State did their thing. We also had a couple of notable losses, man. North Carolina dropping one to Virginia.
Yeah, 1-5 Virginia. 1-5 Virginia.
2-5. 2-5. I remember that very specifically from the very, very angry messages that we got in the group chat.
2-5 now. Wasn't 1-5.
Yeah, from the OG. UCF, I definitely watched this game because it's a local game with future SEC connotations. UCF definitely pushed OU to the brink. How about Gus Malzahn, man? I mean, granted, UCF was 3-3 coming this game, but how about Gus Malzahn coming into Norman and saying, "Hey, my boys can hang with your boys." Yeah, it literally was a matter of maybe half a step away from that pass being completed and being completed for the 2-point conversion, tying that game up and sending it into overtime. So great show by UCF, but OU remains undefeated. Climbs up into almost into the top half of the top 10 at number 6. Oregon did what they do, like they do. Tulane wins. Let's see if we got any other notable games here on the score.
Texas, Houston. Houston had Texas.
Yeah. Houston runs Texas all the way to the wire. Who else? Michigan did their thing. I mean, Michigan's going to do what Michigan's going to do. I'm just going to say this. Michigan is kicking everybody in the teeth. Michigan is not playing games with y'all this year at all. Anybody. They are not. Michigan is beating people like Georgia was beating people 2 years ago.
Yep.
Let's see. Florida State beats Duke. UCLA just runs roughshod over Stanford. Washington over ASU. So that's basically your full slate of games there, plus what we went over in the SEC here. So what we're going to do right here, ladies and gentlemen, we've been at it for a minute. We're going to take a brief pause for cause, hopefully longer than the super brief one that we normally take, if I can remember which one is the right one to play. And we'll take a brief pause for the cause, and we will be right back. Don't go far. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Zagnif Apparel Design.com. Go and get your designs today. It's legging season again, ladies. You want some nice leggings? We got them. You want tank tops? We got them. You want exercise gear? We got them. The winter gear is getting ready to drop here in about another 2 weeks. But welcome back to This Week in UGA Football. I am Mr. Fingaz. That is Collin P. from the DMV. Appreciate you guys being here with us. Got a question in the comments here that I want to get to before we move another further. It says, within the SEC, who stood out to you guys? Now, do you mean by that, do you mean players or teams? If you give me a little bit more specificity. That's about what I was looking at there. That's what I was thinking. Because I have kind of an answer for both.
Yeah, I was going to say probably the team-wise. Actually, I'll go and say it. Missouri, that stood out.
Facts.
There's been a couple of them, to be honest with you. Like that one, how Ole Miss was able to Auburn.
You know what? At Ole Miss, Ole Miss has been good. Ole Miss has been good to right up to the precipice of great. They've been right to the precipice of great. But they've been good, but I basically expect the same out of Lane every year. I'm looking for Lane is going to get them no less than 9 every year.
Yeah.
He's going to get them no less than 9 every year. Now, I don't know who's left on. I don't know right now off dome who's left on their schedule, but I can still see him dropping another one before the end of the season because we're 7 weeks in, except for a couple of teams like Vanderbilt. Who started on week 0, who are 8 games in.
They've got us, bro. So their last games. Next one's Vanderbilt on the 28th, which is actually next 2 weeks from now.
The 28th is this weekend, sir.
Oh wow, man, never mind.
Yeah, remember we're getting ready to talk about something that's going to happen this weekend, and as soon as we get done with
it, my bus. All right, so they got Vandy, A&M, us, you. La Monroe and Miss State. So out of the, A&M and us. That could potentially be a loss. You know what I mean? Hopefully it's a loss for us. For them.
Mike, Collin, while you got that pulled up, look and see. Well, it might be a little further down the road, but look and see if the Vandy Auburn game is in Auburn. To answer your question, Chris, Vandy beating South Carolina, I think that is a very real possibility. Vanderbilt has struggled this year, but one thing Vanderbilt has is heart. And the only person, I haven't watched any South Carolina games except for the one with South Carolina against Georgia. Spencer Rattler is out there fighting for his life.
That's true.
Literally. And so I do think that is a very real possibility with the Vandy game. The Auburn Vandy game is in Nashville. Okay. On November 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But see, the only thing when you're talking about South Carolina and Vandy, though, it's in South Carolina, right? So that would be the only thing. That may be a toss-up between Vandy, beating South Carolina.
That hasn't been that home game that hasn't been much of a factor this year, man. It hasn't. Yeah. It could be a very distracting place to play with the white towels and Sandstorm playing like every third down or whatever, but it's more of a distraction when okay. When we would go down to South Carolina to Columbia, knowing that ball game coach was on the other sideline, and Sandstorm would start playing, and the towels would start waving, whole different ball game. The Vandy's going down there to face Beamer ball.
Yeah.
And once all it's going to take is for Vandy to make a couple of plays to take the crowd out of it, and then it's a wrap.
I think so. I can dig that. I can dig that.
I think Auburn is going to be the tougher of the two. Between the two, I think Auburn is doable also, but I think Auburn's going to be the tougher of the two. Well, actually, no. Vandy's got Auburn in Nashville. Right. That one's doable. Jordan Hare, hard place to win.
I agree.
Jordan Hare, hard place to win. Auburn in its current state, outside of its protective hedge.
Yeah.
So
there would be good games to watch, though. I believe.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. So we're gonna move on to the next segment here. Who's
got a
next?
question for Andy Chris. Hold on, got a question for Andy Chris. Are they going to finish that stadium by the end of the year in Nashville?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna let him answer that in the comments. But as you all know, this coming weekend is a tradition that has raged on for years and years and years and years. It is one of two games that every Georgia fan circles on their calendar every season. Auburn, which we've already played, and the Florida Gators. And we talked some about the traditions last year, about some of the traditions at the game, and some of the more memorable moments in the game, like the black jerseys and the stomp in the mud hole in the end zone after we got the first touchdown.
Yeah.
All of that good stuff, which came back to bite us in the butt the next year. But hey, look, things happen. Herschel doing Herschel things. So many different memories. Too many to mention. But this year we're facing a Florida squad, Collin, that has surprised a lot of people. They're 5-2. They're five, yeah, us included. Now, when you look at who they beat, it's easy to go, okay, I could see that. But we also know that last year's Florida, and especially the Florida the year before that was coached by Dan Mullen, probably might have dropped a couple of those 5 games as well. And Florida would be easily, what are they, 5-2 now? They would easily be 3-4 right now going into the cocktail party weekend.
Right.
So what are your thoughts, Collin, about this week and what's coming up and realistic probabilities for this game? Because you've watched the same games I've watched. You've watched Georgia make the same slow starts that I have watched, and you've seen some of the miscues. And so we've seen Florida has started learning to take advantage of miscues. So what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, it's always a big game, right? So, I mean, if you go to, what's it called now? It's not Alltel anymore, but the Jaguar Stadium or whatever, it's half and half. So it's 50-50. It'd be 50 orange and blue and 50 red and black. So, I mean, the stage is always going to be set. I believe, it's going to be a lot of adrenaline and everything the first, snap or two. It's going to be loud. But, this is going to be a different animal for us because, for the absence of Brock Bowers, and this will be a test for Beck because this is quite a larger stage that he's been on in a minute. But yeah, it's always going to be a game. I'm not going to say that we're going to do anything. I mean, like do anything special. I hope we do. I mean, we're picked like we talked about off camera, 85% to win this game, and we're picked to win by like 14 points or so. But I don't know if that you and I both know it means that absolutely nothing because it could be a tight game. But yeah, as far as like the yards passing and that kind of stuff, we've got Georgia at 337 yards, and Gators at 280 yards rushing, 172 average, 141. The allowed yardage, passing yards allowed, us at 171. They're pretty evenly matched there on the yards allowed for passing and rushing. They allow 124.9 yards rushing. We at 91. But it's always a big game. So I'm looking to see a big game. If we get ahead of it, I think that would behoove us very well to get ahead. I mean, we can't afford really the way Florida's playing to start slow, and we definitely can't. We can't handle that. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts on this?
My thoughts on this, I'm right there with you. If this is one of those games. This game, Georgia is always up for. I mean, they come out hype. Now, depending on how the game winds up resulting and ending, and I'm going to get to your question in just a minute here, Nate. I'm going to get to it in a minute. They always come out on fire. Like just every play, just way, I mean, almost way too hype on both sides. So I think they'll definitely be up for this game. And one thing I will say is that I am very glad that Carson Beck has found his mojo long before getting into this game. whatever uncomfortability you can see, whatever uncomfortabilities it was that he was feeling under center are I won't say they're completely gone, but he's definitely playing with a hell of a lot more confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now to get to the question here, the question on the floor is, what is the overall all-time record between the two teams? Well, where the Georgia-Florida rivalry is concerned, currently the series is being led by Georgia, 54 wins, 44 losses, and 2 ties, with Georgia holding the lead. Largest margin of victory in the game was 1942, where Georgia won 75-0. The longest win streak, we each have a 7-year win streak. Florida from 90 to 96, and Georgia from 1941 to 1948. Currently, the win streak is at 2, with Georgia with those 2 wins, hopefully extending that to 3. And that's about where it is. Oh, you know what I just thought about? It seems like in the last couple of years they have finally settled on the records being the same per both teams. Because remember last year before, there was some discrepancy as to whether Georgia had won that game or not. And now, according to both teams, the record is 54, 44, and 2. And I think that had something to do with World War II, maybe. The boys going off to war during World War II, something of that nature.
Yeah.
And agreed, established the run early. Only problem with establishing the run is that right now our only dependable running back we have is Dejon Edwards. Kendall Milton dinged himself up again. He was sitting in a knee to ankle brace, a brace on from his knee to his ankle at the end of the game against Vanderbilt because he got dinged a little bit. Remember, he tore his MCL. So I guess they're trying to I don't see anything on him being out for this week. But yes, definitely. Yeah. Let's see here. Forwards for Florida versus UGA: Oscar Delp and Malachi Starks. Well, if you add the conjunction, that's actually 5, but I'll let it slide because the conjunction is the word that adds the 2 phrases together, like the cartoon taught us back in 1977. Hooking up words and causes and phrases. Okay, let me get off the Schoolhouse Rock kick for a second. One time for the Schoolhouse Rock.
The Georgia boy bringing out some English lessons.
Yeah, actually they do. Nathan, I think it's on Dog Nation. Where is it? The injury report, Collin. We get it from Dog Nation.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's on dognation.com. It's probably you can type it in Google too, and they give you.
But I haven't seen any big news about any major injuries other than Brock is not going to be playing. So Oscar Delp is definitely going to have to step his game up. He's going to have to step up and fill in the gap. But aside from that, just about everybody else on the roster, all of the major players will be there, except of course for Branson Robinson, who's out for the season. Man, but what are you thinking? What are you thinking keys to victory, man? Like sincerely, keys to victory.
Keys to victory. I mean, I would say establish a run. I would agree with Nate there. I would run Dejon often and early, to begin with, because I mean it's going to be, like you said, the adrenaline's going to be running high. They're going to be hitting. I mean, it's going to be. I mean, you're going to be able to hear the popping. I mean, the first couple of series of plays, and it's just a high electric, high electric, game for both Florida and Georgia. It's always up. Do you remember the first time that we had when you got me kind of coached me into doing this little podcast thing? Remember I told you that there's at least one murder, and you said I ain't trying to go down there and do all that. But yeah, no, that.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. You can say there's always one murder down there at the cocktail party. I'm like,
you don't have to be fast. You just have to outrun me, type of thing. But no, it's settled down. I mean, it's people are all hyped up for this game and whatever, Florida, both sides, Florida and Georgia. But keys to the game, we need to run the ball, and I would think. Delp needs to be included quite a bit just to get his feet under him, get him the ball a couple times, and just have Beck. He needs to throw the ball and hit his targets and make his checks and throw the ball away. That's the biggest thing. The big thing for me is if it's not there, don't force it. You know what I mean? That could
definitely
behind. So I mean, I'd rather him throw it out of bounds or throw it up in wherever, just not to the other team.
100%, 100%. Because it seemed like every time Carson Beck has done well today. He's thrown a perfect game, no turnovers. Carson Beck is just.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like, come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, we went in. It's not going to affect the game any, but come on, man. And especially against the surging Florida Gators team this season, dude. That's not. I don't think that's the loss we want.
Right. I agree with that.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Because I just that's about. I mean, honestly, I see you guys. I see you guys in the comments. See, Mr. Chris wanting a word from Reverend Red and Black. Reverend Red and Black will have something to say at the end of the show. I think I can coax him out of the back. But
trying to get this injury report here. Hang on 1 second. Let's see if I can find out who we got here.
yeah. So for sure. Yes, Nathan. Them. It's almost like the thing with the big game between the team up north and the team down south that goes on up in the Big Ten, where they go around crossing out all the M's on everything on campus or stuff like that. Yeah, them. That's how we think about it. That's how much, man. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, there's nothing like, I always go back to this. My freshman year of college, I am living in Crestwell Hall on campus at the University of Georgia, which is a mere mile and a half up the hill from the stadium. Literally, I could walk out of my dormitory, go out to the sidewalk, and just walk straight down that sidewalk, past the diner facility, across the street. I think past the parking lot or something like that, or some academic building. Pat down. I mean, eventually you wind up walking up on the Tate Student Center, and then you walk across the street, and you can look over the concrete divider into Sanford Stadium. It's on the what side of the stadium is the scoreboard on the south side, north side? I can't remember.
I believe it. Yeah, I believe it's on the whatever side. I think when you walk in, I think it's right. It's been a while since I've been there, dude. I can't really say to be honest.
I have not been there.
I'm not certain.
Yeah, I have not been inside of Sanford Stadium in over 15 years. So,
yeah, it's been a
15, 16 years. And it's been a while since I've been in that stadium. I'm pulling up the map right now.
So
Sanford Stadium. Oh,
I got the injury.
Yeah, actually, it is the west corner. Go ahead. You got the injury report.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously we got the two we know that are out: Brock Bowers and Branson Robinson, Ingram, Dawkins, EJ Lightsey shoulder. Like there's the notables I have here. Mims, Mims is out. Truss is out. Kendall Milton, I shouldn't say out. These are questionable. Mims is questionable. Truss is questionable. Milton's questionable. And
Truss hadn't played. Truss hadn't played in a while.
Right, and McConkey is actually questionable. So I mean, Kirby speak that. I would say
Kirby speak. We'll see Ladd McConkey in the second half.
Yeah, I'll say 85-90%.
Yeah, something like that. So, you know what? Before I even go another further, I'm going to go ahead and say this. Thank all of you guys that have been jumping in the comments. And commenting on these videos and sharing these videos with everyone, and especially big thank yous to those of you that have been participating in the Pick'ems contest. We did not do one for the Vandy game, and that was no offense to Vanderbilt. It is just that I completely brain cramped after I got off the show. Finished the show, went to bed, worked like a dog the whole week, woke up on Saturday morning and went, crap. So I'm going to go ahead and put this out here now. I'm going to put this out here now. You have to go to, I'm going to say this again. You need to go to, if you want to participate in the Pick'em Challenge, you need to go to that Facebook page right there. This week in SEC football, there will be a post that will be pinned in the comments section. It'll be locked. It'll be right there. That is where you will go and put your score prediction for the cocktail party, Florida versus Georgia. I say that because Georgia is the home team this week in the neutral site, the neutral site game. Get the hell out of here. They've been saying that for years. Anyway, and the winner will be the person that comes closest to the score. If you want to go ahead and also predict the winner, please feel free, but just know that if you predict the winner and you get the right score, but you got the winner wrong, you did not win. But the winner will get one of these beautiful Zagnif apparel hats. It will be black on black. It'll be black on black totally with the total black everything with the white script with the white signature there. So far, we've had 2 winners so far, and their caps are on their way to them. They will be getting them soon. So I will make sure that post is put up as soon as we are done here. Colin, I'm going to make a note. Matter of fact, I started to tell you to remind me. Me and you will get talking about something else, and we'll both forget.
It happens all the time. But Vandy Chris, hey, I just saw your comment about Beck laying that head on CJ. Yeah, that right there surprised me. It kind of scared me a little bit, but he laid the lumber to that kid.
Yeah, he did. Not only did he lay the lumber on him, he kind of looked at him like he was daring him to get up.
And he didn't. He stayed down for a minute. So.
Now, sir, you know what? I did not realize that it was very important for me to stay out of your neighborhood. See, I thought that I was on 38th Street, and it turns out I was on 36th Street, and I was very wrong. I am dyslexic in one eye, and I'm completely deaf in the other eye, in the other ear. I'm sorry again for coming through your neighborhood and disturbing you nice people. I'm just going to lay here and take a nap. If it be okay with you, I can be out of your way in just a bit. That's exactly what happened.
Exactly. But that's Uncle Z, possum stinks worse than possum being dead for 3 days. I don't know. We put those on the smoker. don't we finger?
Man, I ain't never had no possum. Are you joking though?
I haven't either, actually. I ain't never had no possum.
Oh man, you have. Wait, come on, don't do that to me, man. You had me believing that you actually had some the way you was talking about it.
No, I mean I did. All right, just side.
No, I did. What did you have it or did you not?
No, side story. I had worked at a golf course and I went to like landscape or whatever. Went there and my I guess my crew manager, whatever you want to call it, he was there and he was actually I pulled up on him skinning one. So I've seen him skin a possum and a raccoon. So,
okay.
I haven't eaten.
Not a roadkill possum.
No.
Okay.
We don't do that with deer. I'm just playing. I don't even know you can't even eat that kind of meat when you hit it.
Listen. I wasn't gonna come out tonight, but I saw somebody. I was listen. Collin. I wasn't coming out tonight. I was not gonna show up. But in light of all the things that are going on, there's wonderful things going on with Georgia sports, and I wanted to just come and speak out on it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, me and Stephen A. We planning a trip right now. We're gonna be down in Savannah, Georgia next week, doing First Take from the campus of Savannah State, and then we're gonna be doing the following day at his alma mater. He say he graduated school. I don't know. Him and Steve Harvey swear they graduated school, but neither one of them seem to have no degree nowhere that they can show me. But, you know, I said, you know, say some people graduated magna cum laude, some people graduated summa cum laude. I graduated thank you laude, but it's okay. Your boy Shay still doing good. Oh, yeah, it ain't no problem. So listen. Somebody told me that some stinking Gators was talking some stuff about they was going to be what they was going to do and who they was going to be. And that's a bull jive. Don't come on here talking about no bull jive like that. You understand what I'm saying, Collin?
I understand. I was gonna say I have had some gator tail. I mean, quite a few times. So,
gator tail is delicious.
That's right. I don't even think it tastes like fried chicken. It's got its own taste. It's better than I don't know. I wasn't gonna go that far. It ain't better than well, I don't know. They like this. Gator tail and chicken.
That's about all the Shannon Sharp I got him because these doggone seasonal allergies. The entire this side of my nose is closed up. And I can't get into it too good. You got to have a full look. Shannon Sharp got a big old bell pepper nose. You got to have a full sinuses open on both sides.
Have you seen him and Ocho talking on his podcast? Oh my god!
Yes. Oh, the two of them hilarious. Two of them hilarious. You know what, Nathan? I can't even. I would have to look. I would have to go back and look at the scores to see how close you were. But I am going to make sure I post that blicket as soon as we are done. It's going up. So go over there and make your post today, and you can change it as many times as you want to. Just make sure if you decide to change it to delete your original, because we only taking one. On there guessing 18 times and then talking about I did guess the right score. It took me 3 times to guess it. Well, now you got 6 guesses on there. Anyway, so
breaking news here. Hold on one second. I got it on the SEC network. They got us at 68% to win Ole Miss, 64% to win against Tennessee, 85 against Florida, 82 against Missouri, and 93 against Georgia Tech. That just showed up on the screen on this.
93 against Georgia. The disrespect.
I know, right? I mean,
what did he say?
I
wish I had a copy of that that soundbite that said, "What did he say?" I can't get my voice up that high. 93. That's all.
That's it. What about? I don't even know what I'm watching here. Hang on a second. Let's see what this is. I was surprised.
Georgia Tech is so bad that the only way that they could beat Miami was for Miami to take a knee in the fourth quarter. And you mean to tell me y'all Bamas are only giving us a 93% chance to win? What?
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. They got us a 68 at Ole Miss, though. 68.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh man! So come on with it. We've been doing a whole lot of talking and yipping and yapping. Let's do score predictions. What you got, bro?
Score predictions. Oh my gosh. Let's see. 14. I think we're gonna come with the Thunder.
The rest of you hold your predictions until we put until we put the thread up in the group this week in the SEC. Go ahead, sir. What'd you say?
42-14.
42-14, huh? Okay. I'm going to go. I'm going to put the Florida score first since we the home team. I'm going to say Florida. I'm going to say 20-47.
That's big.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna knock that down a peg. I'm gonna say 13-47. Georgia wins 13-47.
So over under 49.
I tell you, like Ben said, bet the over.
Bet the over.
Yeah, you guys keep your score predictions until I put the thread up, and then when I put it up, you can go over there and go put them out there. Nathan just gonna do what he want to do.
That's right. Nathan Snell all the time, every time.
He's you done messed me up. I can't even get the quote. That's not how the damn quote go, man.
I know. I was doing the colleges in the morning. I'm doing the redneck thing.
He's on all the time, every time.
It's like work 60% of the time. It works every time.
No, seriously, I think Nathan is one of the hardest working dudes I know in the biz. Like, well, I say in the biz, like we all getting paid.
Right.
But this dude is like graduating. This dude is like taking 18 college classes, working 2 part-time jobs, and then in between naps, he volunteers at Shady Pines. They moved Shady Pines up to DC. I know Sophia is long gone, but like Sophia's granddaughter is now living in Shady Pines, and he goes over and takes care of young Miss Petrillo, Zbornak, or whatever her name is. And then sometime he volunteered all weekend long helping elderly ladies across the street to the tailgate at Howard Homecoming.
When's the trip to St. Olaf? We're going to
get then on Sunday he led the prayer service. He led praise and worship. When they ran out of batteries in the microphones, he ran to the store and paid for them out of his money he make delivering newspapers. Let me stop cutting up. Because I will go on attention because I can do that all day. So looks like we are all in consensus that Georgia is going to win this game. Georgia, boys, you know what you got to do.
From your lips to God's ears, right? Let's do it, please. We don't need this.
Speaking of, we need a quick word from Reverend Red Black. Oh dear, the young man called me, said he wanted me to come down. Have a few words to say about them dogs, the red and the black. This year, Florida looked like they actually might want to play. Somebody been praying for him. Shut up, Naya. Shut up on a Honda. But you know what? We serve a God. We both serve the same God. And the God that I serve and the God that they serve, the last time I heard, the chariot was painted in red and black. And at his footstool sat a bulldog. Go dogs. Sick 'em. Woo, woo, woo. The dogs will reign supreme on Saturday by whatever score it is. The young man that got the same face and the same beard as me said it was. They were going to win by. I can't quite remember because I did not take my glaucoma medicine and I don't have my glasses with me, but it looked like it say that the ants is going 13 times over the 74, something like that. Anyway, I know, you know what? If we got ants, we're going to have to take care of that. I know a nice young man named Nathan that work at the Shady Pines across the street. He going to come take care of the ants for us. Praise God. Anyway, we will leave you back to your regular scheduled programming. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Reverend Red Black. We appreciate you.
Amen, brother.
I can't do that for too long, man. That made me. I'll mess around and be sounding like Weezy Jefferson when I get to 60 doing that impersonation. Oh, George!
Oh my God! You reminded me of what it said the entertainer in Man in the House. Remember Tommy Lee Jones when it's all those cheerleaders that saw the murder, and Tommy Lee Jones is actually watching over these. I don't know, Christina Milian's in it, watching over all the cheerleaders. But Sid's actually a choir director in the church.
How many times they gonna have that man playing a preacher or a choir director? Because remember, what was the movie Kingdom Come with LL Cool J and all of them? He played the preacher with the lisps.
Yeah.
There was suffering from a bad case of buster gut because he had Mexican food the night before. Said, I do apologize for being late to the service. I had to call the maintenance man. There seems to be some problems with the pipes. Come on, man. Come on. Let's stop playing. Let's go ahead and move into this next segment. Let's move into this next segment, man. We've done all we could do. And it's time. Look, I'm not even gonna do my dumb ass introduction. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that's not the one I want to play, damn it.
Ears hurting,
man, look, y'all done mess around and got me riled up now. And I can't even be efficient on my own show. I'm hitting the wrong video introductions and stuff like that. Well, I mean, not like I don't do that from time to time anyway, but I'm just saying, y'all got me in here acting a fool for real today. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us today. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Oh man, 2-minute warning. This is the last segment of the show. This is when we come with something. It could be funny, it could be serious, it could be, it could be for a cause. What you got for me today, Collin?
Oh man, just in light of this episode here, man, laugh and smile as much as you can. I mean, as dumb and stupid as me and Fingers can be. I mean, we do the same thing on camera we do on the phone too. So it's just cutting up and that kind of stuff, just you get a chance. It does help, believe it or not, no matter what you're going through, find some way to smile and find some good things that are going on in your life and laugh. And hey, and I can guarantee you that Fingers will agree with me. If y'all need to laugh and cut up, we'll give you a text. You can call us, and we can we can
For
cut
sure.
up, and we definitely make you laugh.
We'll get you going, man.
Yeah,
We'll get you going, man.
we'll definitely make you laugh. It may be stupid, maybe funny, maybe funny stupid, or stupid funny, but it'll be guaranteed to laugh. I guarantee that. So
For sure. For sure. For sure.
but
For
that's
sure.
all.
For sure.
That's
That's
it.
all you got. Okay. Well, thank you, sir. We appreciate you. That's his 2-minute warning right there. I
got a long applause.
yeah. That was it was touching. It was touching. It was from the heart. It was from the heart. Pets. I recently this year now we now have a pet, a golden doodle. And love her to death. She gets on my nerves sometimes, wake me up in the middle of the night wanting to go outside, and then I take her outside. She don't even have to potty. She just wanted to go outside and rip and run in the yard for 10 minutes. But every day when I come home, she's glad to see me. Anything that I give her in terms of affection or food or playtime or whatever, she is happy for every single moment of it, and she eats every single moment of it up. Point that I was going to make here is we need to learn to try and be more like our pets, because pets just love us. Well, except for cats. Cats are freaking evil. But but even generally speaking, cats have their loving moments too. We need to learn to be more like our pets, because pets just love you unconditionally. All they want, if you give them a warm place to sleep, and hell, it might not have to be warm as long as it's by you, a place to sleep, a little something in their stomach so they don't go hungry, and a little bit of playtime and a little bit of love, they will follow you for life. And if you don't believe me, and I may have said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. If you don't believe me, go down to areas where you see a lot of people that don't have a place to stay. I have seen people with shopping carts pushing everything they own in a shopping cart, got a dog following behind them, not even on the leash, still following, just because that's my person and I'm here with them and I'm here to protect them. I'm gonna do whatever I can to love them and protect them. So that's all I got. I'm gonna stop there because I'll talk for another 10 minutes.
Exactly, but I'll just add a little bit onto that. Honestly, you've heard the old cliche: we don't deserve animals or deserve, dogs or that kind of stuff. That's unconditional love, And sometimes I can agree with you. Sometimes we don't think about that, And see, all right, I had just a little bit of information. I had, I think I told you this. I had a cat named Roscoe. I got him right before I left to go to college. The cat was half my age when he died, 21 and a half. He thought he was a dog, and he was awesome. And then I had my dog Diesel. I had to say goodbye to Roscoe, and then 6 months later, I had to say goodbye to Diesel, which Boxer. But I've since been. The house has actually been empty since then. I've been thinking about getting another one. Just it is a lot of responsibility. And
a lot of money.
Money too, and separation anxiety. You got to. I mean, if you get a pet, you got to think about that separation anxiety. That you are their world. You've got to, to understand that when you leave for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, they think you're going. You just got to think about how long you're going, and give them like you said, Fingaz, give them the attention that they need. But yeah, it won't be too much longer. I'll probably give me another dog here soon. But yeah, those are my road dogs. I like Diesel and Roscoe, but. Yeah, we don't deserve them sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, we definitely don't deserve them. I'm like, this dog, I know the person that I am. I know the person that I can be sometimes, especially when I'm in a grumpy mood. This dog, it doesn't matter. I could leave the house 8 times. Every time I come back, this dog is jumping and yelping and jumping up, trying to jump up in my arms and giving me big, to stand up on her rear legs and giving me a hug and barking and turning in circles. And oh man, don't let me get the leash and the harness and say, let's go for a ride. A ride with daddy? Oh my God. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Mine was like 80, almost 75, 80 pounds. He thought he was a lap dog. Like he would get in your lap like ain't nobody's business. Hey daddy, how you doing? Let me just crawl up here real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. And Luna is pushing towards 70 pounds and she still likes to jump in Carrie's lap.
How old is
like a year, about to be 13 months.
It's kind of like a kid, man. It's not a terrible twos, it's terrible threes. Once they get that puppy, 3 and 4 when they get to that puppy stage, and stop tearing up stuff. That's Diesel.
Yeah, but she doesn't really tear stuff up. She's got plenty of toys. It's just digging. She likes to dig.
Oh yeah.
But I could talk about that. I could talk about Luna for days. You could talk about Roscoe for days. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of the show. We appreciate y'all checking us out today. Taking a little time out of your Monday night when you could be watching Monday Night Football, or not watching Monday Night Football, but not watching us. So we appreciate you for tuning in. Even if you're watching the replay right now, we appreciate you tuning in. So thank you again for tuning into This Week in UGA Football. That's going to do it for us this evening. So on behalf of myself and my brother, Collin P. from the DMV, this has been This Week in UGA Football. We will see y'all next week. We will see you all next week because we sure going to have a whole lot to talk about after that cocktail party. But until then, go Dogs.